Today we are making pork chili. It is one of my absolute favorite recipes. I love it so much because it includes a life-changing ingredient, hatch chilies. Let me show you how to make it. All right, let's make some pork chili, my friends. First thing you want to do is get yourself a good-sized pot, heat it up to medium heat, and we're going to add some olive oil here. And I have about a medium-sized white onion chopped, and a couple of chopped jalapeno peppers. And you can go hotter if you want to, my chili head friends. Spice it up. And here I have a couple pounds of pork shoulder that's been cubed, sort of bite size, and making a larger batch today. So we're gonna go ahead and cook this down for about 5 to 6 minutes to brown the meat. And you can do the meat in batches if you want to make sure it all gets brown, but it comes out great this way. Very easy. Just keep stirring for a good 5 to 6 minutes, and then we will continue. All right, my pork here is nicely browned and everything's softened up. So the next step here is to add some garlic, and I have a few cloves of chopped garlic, and you can really, use as much garlic as you love. Give it a stir, and here I have 1 tablespoon of ancho powder, which is absolutely delicious, and a tablespoon of guajillo powder. And I also have a tablespoon of a New Mexican hot chili blend that I ordered online, and I highly encourage you to order multiple types of chili powders. It just adds a lot of deliciousness to your chili. But another option that you can use is chipotle powder. I think that's pretty fantastic. Go ahead and give this a stir here. And I also have a tablespoon of salt, really salt to taste, and a teaspoon of freshly ground cumin. And I'm gonna add some black pepper here. All right, so give everything a stir, and we're gonna cook this down for just about a minute until you can really smell that gorgeous garlic blooming, which we all love. All right, look at that, looking good. All right, next we're gonna add our tomatoes. And here I have 2 cans of fire roasted tomatoes, and you can of course fire roast your own tomatoes if you want. Those added in. And I'm gonna add some extra, you can use tomato sauce, another can of tomato sauce to make it more saucy. Here I have some saucy diced tomatoes. Get that added to the chili pot and give it a stir. And I have a couple cans of beans. I'm using like a mix of pinto and kidney beans. Usually kidney beans are great, but you can really use your favorite, your choice of beans here. This is chili with beans, my friends. If you don't like beans, you can skip them. All right, give it all a nice stir here. And the last life-changing ingredient here, star of the show, is the hatch chilies. So hatch chilies are outstanding. This is a blend, like a mix of different hatch chilies. I have red and green, and you can really use your favorites. So go ahead and just kind of mash them in there. And we're going to break it all apart as it starts to cook, but I'll give it a good mix. Actually, let's talk about the hatch chilies for a bit. Hatch chilies really did change my life. I first started learning about hatch chilies when I was reading books about chili peppers many years ago by Dave DeWitt, who's the Pope of Peppers. The guy's outstanding. It turns out that there's actually many different types of chili peppers in the Hatch region of New Mexico. That's why they're called hatch peppers, because they're grown in the Hatch region. They've been developed many years ago, and there are multiple varieties. They're not overly hot at all. Some of them are hot, but most of them are mild, but they're just so massive on flavor. When I first got my hands on some of them, I ordered them from New Mexico, and they came shipped to me frozen, already roasted and peeled. And once I started cooking with them, I fell in love with them. They really did change my life. They're such a delicious flavor. If you're lucky enough to live in New Mexico, chili peppers define New Mexico. It's part of their cuisine. Really one of the most famous questions there, I believe, is do you want red or green, which really refers to red sauce or green sauce, chili sauce made from New Mexican peppers. And I just love them both. I love making sauces, but this is one of my most favorite ways to cook with hatch chilies is in a big stew or a big pot of chili. And they really did change my life. And I think once you try this recipe, you'll understand exactly why. So I know you're gonna love it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this simmer. I'm gonna cover it and let it simmer for at least an hour, probably a little bit longer until the pork is nice and tender. All right, my friends, let's go ahead and cover the pot of chili, and we're gonna simmer this for at least 1 hour, a little or longer if you need to, until the pork gets nice and tender. And just wait until I pull this lid off. You're gonna be hungry, I tell you that. All right, while the chili is simmering here, let's talk about a couple things. First, let's talk about the heat factor. I'm gonna go ahead and sneak in a little bit of hot sauce into my chili because, you know, I like it a little extra spicy. Let's go ahead and pop it in there. This is a homemade blend. I got some Tabascos and 7-pots that I grew in the garden last year and made some awesome hot sauces, yummy. But really, you can add other elements if you want to spice your chili. So hot sauce at this stage is really good, and you can serve with hot sauce. You can also use other peppers. So like I added jalapenos in the beginning. Those are a nice sort of everyday level heat. We like serranos. I'll cook with those kind of everyday level heat, a little hot. They're hotter than jalapeno, but not crazy hot. But you can obviously include whatever level of hot peppers that you want. You can go with habanero, it'd be a real nice blooming heat, as are ghost peppers. Really just go as hot as you want to. And you can also include other chili powders, so like maybe a pinch of ghost powder. Really just depends on your overall preferred heat level. But also let's talk about the pork. Now I love this recipe with pork shoulder. Pork shoulder is just so delicious to me. But you can also use pork loin or pork tenderloin, or even chicken really. If you decide that you want to cook with pork loin, they're not as fatty as pork shoulder, so you can adjust your cooking time. You won't need to cook quite as long. The pork will break down a little bit more quickly, but I just love it with pork shoulder because it does break down. You need a lot more cooking time, low and slow, but it breaks down. It's nice level of fat to it, and the flavor is just outstanding. All right, is it time for the reveal here? Let's do it. Oh, look at that. Yes, pork chili. Love this stuff. So I've been simmering this for a good hour and a half, and I've been stirring it every 20 minutes or so to kind of break it up and let it, you know, develop flavor. You can definitely cook it longer if you want to. Let it simmer for another half an hour or even an hour, nice and low until everything just melds and all that pork breaks down. But this looks amazing, smells amazing in here, and I need to take a taste of this right now. All right, give me some pork chili. It's very hot, very hot. I'm telling you, man, absolute favorite. There's some nice spice to that, yes. Pork chili, my friends, absolutely one of my favorites. So question for you, are you team red or team green? I'd love to hear all of your hatch chili stories, so leave some comments below. I can't wait to read them. And hey, if you're looking for another outstanding chili recipe, you gotta try my Texas style chili, and I'll cue that one up. It's super popular here on YouTube and on the website. One of my favorites for sure. But also, if you're looking for a way to really highlight and cook with those amazing hatch chilies that I love so much, you gotta try my green chili stew. That is so delicious with hatch. I will cue that one up as well. But hey, hope to see you guys in the kitchen next time. Look forward to your comments. Mike from Chili Pepper Madness. Bye.